Hello. Welcome to the Nightly Bedtime Story Podcast. I'm Kevin Hayes, the Story Man, and tonight's bedtime story will be The Eatyoup, written by Abbie Phillips Walker. I hope you like it. The Eatyoup, written by Abbie Phillips Walker. Dickie Duck was a very wise young fellow. He swam about the pond alone long before his brothers left their mother, and such worms and bugs and things of that sort as he found made all the other young ducks quite green with envy. But one day Dickie Duck almost lost his life by thinking he was so wise, for he was swimming around the pond when he came to the woods where Mr. Fox was hiding back of some bushes. Dickie did not go near enough for Mr. Fox to catch him, but Mr. Fox could see that he was a nice plump duck, and it made his eyes shine with longing to look at him. "Ah me," he sighed as Dickie swam by. "If only I knew some wise creature to ask. I am far too dull to know anything myself." When Dickie heard the word wise, he felt sure that meant him, for was not he the wisest duck of his size and age? So he stopped swimming and looked around. Mr. Fox had hidden himself well under the bushes now. Not even the tip of his nose could be seen, and he made his voice sound very weak, as if he were a very small animal. "Who is it that wants to know a wise creature?" asked Dickie Duck. "Oh, a poor little animal called Eatyoup," answered Mr. Fox, laughing so at his joke that he could hardly speak. "I am very stupid, and do not know much, and have no wise friends." Dickie Duck had never heard of an Eatyoup, but he had no intention of letting anyone think there was anything he did not know. So he swam nearer and said, "Well, I am wise, and if you wish to know anything, ask me. Come out where I can see you, and we can talk to each other better." He was trying all the time to get a glimpse of the new animal, but Mr. Fox was a wise creature himself, and he had no intention of being seen. "Oh, dear, I should hate to show my miserable little self to such a big, fine-looking creature as you are," he said. "It is bad enough to have you know I am stupid, but if you will come closer, I will tell you what it is I want to know." Dickie Duck by this time was very brave, for what had he to fear from so small a creature as the Eatyoup? So he swam right up to the side of the pond, and out bounced Mr. Fox, and almost caught him. If Dickie had not used his wings as well as his feet, he would not have escaped. But he was in the middle of the pond, swimming for dear life, by the time Mr. Fox was in the water, and as the farm was not far off, Mr. Fox decided not to risk his life. When Dickie Duck reached the barnyard, he told all the fowl about the strange animal he had seen, called an Eatyoup, and that, while he had a very weak voice, he was almost as large as big Rover the dog. Of course, everyone thought Dickie wiser than ever when he told this, but for all that, he was very careful not to swim near the woods again. For though he had told the fowl he had seen an Eatyoup, he was pretty sure in his own mind that he had met Mr. Fox. I hope you liked The Eatyoup, written by Abbie Phillips Walker. I'm Kevin Hayes, the Story Man, and I'll be back tomorrow night on the Nightly Bedtime Story Podcast to read you another bedtime story. But for tonight, good night.